Hello again, Samudro of Awakening Psychology, continuing this talk on fears and especially the chakra system. And I've been talking about different types of fears, the 5 Fs: fear, fight, flight, freeze, or freedom from fear. And I talked about different categories of fear: individual fear, collective fear, which are both ego-based fears, and natural fear or wholesome fear, which is biological fear. So I talked in the last part about the direct approach, physically, emotionally, mentally, that we break up the fears, like we break up that block of fear. So now I want to talk about another approach, which is more the passive approach, indirect approach, or perhaps I can call it the feminine approach, and it's linked to the Ida Nadi, which is more on the left side of the body, more connected to the 2nd, 4th, and 6th chakras. Fear does go through all the chakras, although it's based in the 1st chakra. The roots of fear are in the 1st chakra, but fear affects every chakra. And we need to find solutions for every chakra. We need to find the solution for fear in every chakra. But especially in this feminine approach, indirect approach, it's about love and care. So the other approach was like, break up the block, break up that block, that the lava that is suppressed by the rock, the caldera on the top of the volcano. Break it up, let the lava break through. But we could also say that fear, especially when we feel frozen in fear, is like another block, a block of ice. Now, we can also break up that block of ice. I can take an ice axe or an ice pick, break it up into small bits. Or the indirect approach would be to put it under some sunshine, put it under a source of heat, take it to the sauna, put a big block of ice into the sauna. What will happen? We warm up the ice and it will melt, of course. What is warmth? Love. Love is warmth. Love is like the sunshine. I love you. Doesn't that feel warm? I love me. Oh, can I really allow myself to love me? Of course, it's easier for me to say I love you. It's a little bit more difficult to say I love me. But that's really important right now, especially at this time when many of us are forced to live in quarantine. I'm in lockdown. I'm completely alone. Last 3-4 weeks, alone. I only go out to the supermarket once a week. Just a few strangers. I have my mask on. No hugging, no chatting. Of course, through internet, we can have a bit of talk with my good friends. We can have chat. We can do meditations together. That's great. But of course, I'm missing the physical intimacy. So and I'm sure you are also. So how to love and take care of ourselves now? Many of us are realizing, I'm so busy in my daily life, I don't have time to cook. Or eating out, takeout food, we tend to eat junk food. So now many of us have more time. I have time to really think about what I'm eating. I can't go outside for exercise, but now I feel I really do need exercise. Yes, I can feel it's not just an idea that someone on a YouTube video is telling me, hey, you must exercise. It's not just the government telling me, hey, I've got to exercise 30 minutes a day. I can feel it in my body. I really need to move this body. This body wants to move. So moving the body is a way to feel warmth, not just physical warmth. It's a way I can feel, I start to enjoy myself. Love, self-love, loving myself is also a way to dissolve fear. Now, the second approach is not just love, it's also acceptance. That means when I'm afraid, I don't need to judge myself. I don't need to say, hey, I'm bad, I'm a coward. I should break my fear. I should go beyond. There's so much information about that. Hey, go beyond your fear. Conquer your fear. Be free from fear. Face your fear. What nobody tells us is it's okay to be a coward. It's okay to be afraid. What if I could say that to myself? Hey, I'm okay. I'm afraid. Now, of course, especially that's going to be totally fine with those biological natural fears, or what Lama Zopa Rinpoche calls wholesome fear. It's natural to take care of this body. It's natural to feel this mechanism of the body that wants to run away or to fight what it's afraid of, or to be frozen because I'm afraid. These are just natural reactions in the muscles of the body, which are triggered by the hormones, which are triggered by the stimuli of things that are outside me that pressure me or make me afraid, based on my biological survival mechanisms. If I can tell myself, hey, it's natural to be afraid right now, it's natural that the body feels tense, I need to just give myself a little bit more love and care. Loving and caring for the body, but also loving the mind, loving my fears, accepting my fears, not judging, not pressuring, just saying, hey, it's okay. It's okay, I'm a bit lazy today. It's okay, I don't want to do anything. I just want to watch some Netflix films. I just want to relax because I pressure myself so much. So sometimes the way to become free from fear is actually not to push yourself away from fear, not to push the fear away or to break the fear, but to accept I have fear. Just relax, just dissolve it. That's the weird, interesting thing. It's not logical, but it really is an existential truth. You can try it. Just accept yourself. It's okay, I'm afraid. It's natural right now. But still, don't let all those thoughts go crazy in your mind. Keep a bit of that awareness. With acceptance, we still need to keep a bit of awareness, not to let those mental thoughts go crazy, the proliferation of the thoughts, that panic leads to panic. Slow down, love the body. Slowing down really helps a lot. And also, so taking care also of the health, physical body, physical health. Great time now. What can I do to take care of my health now? Taking care of my health is a form of loving myself. Now, some of us are not locked down alone, but we're with our family, our intimate relationship partner. And that also brings up a major issue. We'll deal with that in some other videos. We'll talk about how to deal with family or intimate relationship issues that are coming up because of forced to being close together with each other right now. But many people are saying that they really are appreciating this lockdown because they have time to spend with their family, and they have time to spend with their loved ones, and to really value this relationship. Now, there are, of course, some unpleasant, painful news. There are people that are forced to be locked down in a relationship that is abusive. So that is really a disadvantage. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot about that in the future. And I'm sure I will have clients in the future that will remember this time as a very scary time at home. But on a positive level, those of us that have the ability to work on our relationships, to make them more loving, this is perhaps a valuable time to really work on our relationships and to be supportive of each other. When we're both, or all of us as a family, we're all under threat. That gives this a sense of a unity. When we are both under a threat, it's not just me, you. We're not just individuals, but we feel we're in this one boat together. Now, it can be that really brings unity. It could be family unity or it could be marriage unity. We might have our differences. I'm arguing my point of view, you have another point of view, but now the virus is something bigger than us, and that brings us together. And that togetherness is, of course, a form of love. And with love, and when you're afraid and you can share with someone, hey, I feel afraid now, that's going to dissolve the fear. It really helps if you can share openly, honestly, I feel very anxious. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm afraid for me. I'm afraid for us. Share with each other. Open up your hearts. Hug each other if you're allowed to hug each other. If it's not dangerous to hug each other because of virus. But, if you're in a family living together, it probably is totally okay. So sharing together with someone that you really love and trust is a great healing for fears. Now, on a higher level of love, we have compassion. Compassion is love on a collective level. It's more on a mental level or a spiritual level. And that is really, it opens up the heart, but it also opens up the spiritual level. Compassion is love for everyone. Because now, it's not just me and my beloved are under threat. It's not just me and my family that's under threat. It's me and all of my society, or me and the whole humanity. Because this virus is a threat to all humans. It doesn't matter if you are the king, the queen, or if you're the beggar on the street, or the businessman, the politician, Prime Minister of England was in hospital. The Prince of England, Britain, was also got the virus. Many people are saying the virus is a great leveler because you are human. So we are all human. We're all in this boat together. And that then helps us feel, okay, if all humans are under threat, then I can feel more compassion, more empathy for all other humans. It's not just scary for me, it's scary for everyone. And this is coming up, this is being expressed with gratitude. This is also a very spiritual quality, a spiritual level, or at least it's a mental level, a positive mental level of the love approach to dissolving fear. Gratitude, especially now, it's being expressed to the doctors, the nurses, the health workers who are really putting themselves in danger of catching the virus. And people really are respecting that. They really feel grateful. And that is beautiful. Why does gratitude help dissolve fear? Because, as I explained, two of those types of fear are ego-based, the individual and the collective. Ego wants, I want to live. This thing, this entity, this person that I am, I want to live. The ego brings up selfishness. It's, like the egoistic person in the supermarket will fight with another person over this toilet roll. This one is mine, I want it. People are, can get in conflict because they want to take care of themselves. So there are certain types of fear that are ego-based, and ego brings suffering. Now that's the weird thing about the ego. The ego feels sweet in the beginning, but bitter at the end. And for spiritual development, the ego is definitely a sweet poison. Sweet in the beginning, but it really prevents your spiritual development. So when we feel gratitude to someone other than us, it takes us out of our ego. Then we're out of our suffering. That's why people feel happy. They feel gratitude. So, I really suggest that now, if you can, first love yourself, love close ones, your intimate partners, your family, but also love, those healthcare workers, and you express that in gratitude. And also really a higher level of compassion is not just for humanity, but for all animals. Even though they might not be under threat of virus, they are still under threat from all, that we're too many peoples in this planet, and all the pollution, all the plastic. I'm recommending to many of my students, please don't forget the wildlife now. Please, if you can't do something physically, at least give some financial donation to some wildlife organizations, because that is compassion in action. That is not just saying some nice words, it's actually doing something, contributing financially, although contributing physically would be even better if possible. Compassion, not just for you, your family, or humanity, but for the whole nature. Compassion really extended to the whole universe is saying yes to life. And yes is an antidote to no. Yes is love. No is fear. And no is death. I'll continue in another part.